interim space between the House of Commons and the actual courtyard walls of West Block, and in the space we decided to put some of the more recent portraits of our past Prime Ministers. Each Prime Minister gets their own portrait that is made, and they even now get to choose who the artist is, and they can even ask the artist to incorporate certain elements within the portraits. So for example, this Prime Minister over here chose to have his family represented in the portrait, and he asked the artist to paint a picture of his family in the background of the portrait. And he also wanted to have the focal point be the pin that he's wearing on his lapel. So he was very proud of the fact that he'd received the Companion to the Order of Canada, which is a really high honor that you can receive in Canada, and he wanted that to be the focal point of the portrait. So he asked the artist to have a very muted color scheme in the background of the portrait so that the attention isn't drawn away from the pin that he's wearing on his lapel. We have another Prime Minister who chose the exact opposite strategy. He chose to have a very colorful background in his portrait. I believe the reason that he might have chosen a very colorful background to his portrait is simply because center block was very different from the space in the sense that here we have a glass roof literally to let light filter in and keep the feeling that we're outside, whereas center block was rebuilt right after, towards the end of the First World War and right after the First World War. So the architect